Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Stock Market Morning Prep video for Wednesday, March the 4th. Well, we had a little bit of movement in the Dow Jones, down about 85 points, but most of the other indices, NASDAQ was down about 28. Little bit of movement, but really we still had an inside day. Most of the indices put inside days from the previous day when we made new highs a couple days ago. So not too exciting. However, today's going to be interesting. We're down in Europe in the overnight session. So in the pre-market, we're down. So it'll be interesting to see if we hold these gains and actually try to capitalize on this move lower. Russell down about 7.5, almost 8 points yesterday. So really not too much going on. I'm going to show you that in a moment. But I want to show you this McClellan oscillator, this NYMO. As you can see here, we're still pinching. We're still neutral. But we are now ever so slightly starting to break to the downside. Now, if we could start really accelerating here, this is going to be healthy for the markets, if indeed that we can move lower. Okay, that's the biggest part here. And if we can move lower, and then we can start looking for some sort of a pullback, which may even turn into a correction. That's what happens sometimes. But if that's the case, that we just get a pullback, a mild pullback, it'll still be healthy for the markets and give it enough energy to move higher yet again. Okay, but McClellan oscillator is still neutral. Let's see if we can start breaking down these Bollinger Bands and start moving over into these oversold areas. And that's where I would tell everybody start looking to buy the market. Now, you can see this is a 10-minute chart. This is 3 days. This is starting. It's basically the same pattern as we've been seeing in February, right? We 3 or 4 days sideways. We pop up like this, something like this, and then we make new highs. And 3 days sideways, and we pop up, make new highs. So really, a lot of the same pattern that we've been seeing. Now, we have been seeing a little more intraday weakness, which is good because the fact that we can, maybe pick off a trade or two, but we need to really break out of yesterday's range. I like to see taking out the low from yesterday. If we could take out the low from yesterday on an intraday basis, then I think that we'd be set up nicely for a move lower. Okay, but again, a little too early to tell. But you can see what I'm saying here. This is inside day. We've had 3, 4, actually 5 inside days from this from the previous couple days ago. So you can see here we're really just sitting on our hands here, really doing not much of anything. But if we could take out this area and we could really take out this low from yesterday at 209.98 and the spiders, then I think you're going to have some decent move at least to this main support area of 208.82 in the spiders. Now the IWM, same thing. We could take out the low here at 122.27. And then we could see at least a test of the 20-day, which coincides nicely with this horizontal area of support. Okay, that's another area, another real big area. And if that breaks, then you're going to have to see then you'll see the 50-day. You will probably see the 50-day most likely. IYT actually has a nice bull flag pattern here. You can see the flagpole, the flag, and if this starts to break out to the upside, well, I think maybe all bets may be off at least for the short term. Remember, this is our leader, and you see the Bollinger Bands are starting to pinch here. Okay, we're sitting on the 20. We had an inside day from the previous day, and we had a little bit of volume. So let's see what happens here. Now remember, bull flags fail obviously. If we could lose this low from yesterday, then again, and all the other indices start to do the same, then you could see more of a continued selling and rapid selling. Actually, that might come into play. So they're talking about Europe again, worries about Europe. So let's see if that's going to be some sort of at least a short-term catalyst to push this market lower. Okay, and 2 more diamonds. You can see here we're still nicely supported above this 181.17, 181.20. Again, if we lose this low from yesterday, look for that 20-day, and then of course the 50 if we break lower. But again, that's a little far out right now. And the Qs. You can see here we've been basing real nice at 108. Let's just call it 108. We've been basing real nice here above 108. You can see we've been sideways for about a good 7 days, other than these small little pops intraday. But if we lose yesterday's low, which comes in right around 108, look for that 20-day. So I'm looking for a quick recap. I'm looking for a break and close below yesterday's low to confirm that we may have a short-term pullback, okay? So let's see what happens today. Let's see how the market closes. It's going to be very important. And then we can do a further analysis that now we can start setting up some downside targets. But right now, way too early to tell, guys, okay? Way too early to tell. Have a great day, everybody. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care.